So let's talk about evictions, because I almost had to file one yesterday. And I hate filing evictions. I hate every part about evictions. Back, 10 years or so ago, I read a book called Evicted. And it followed these landlords and these tenants in inner city Milwaukee, where people were constantly getting evicted. And it talked about the turmoil and the damage that it did to these families, especially the kids, because you get one eviction on your record and it makes it almost impossible to have stable housing again, because landlords do screening and they see that you didn't pay your last landlord, they had to kick you out, so they're going to be very hesitant to put you in their property. So once you have that eviction on your record, you're only going to get housing with the worst landlords in the worst houses. So I followed these families that were just constantly moving, constantly being evicted, constantly being kicked out, living in houses that no human should have to live in. And some of these kids are going to 5, 6, 7, 8 different high schools by the time they graduate, if they even graduate. So what do you think the odds are that those kids ever can become anything? Their chances for success in life just go dramatically down for circumstances that they have almost no control over. So it had a huge impact on me. And I started to that point to do everything I could to avoid evictions. And not just from that perspective either, from a charitable perspective or trying to do what's right for other people. But I realized how detrimental they were to my business. Because when I file an eviction, I'm right off the bat going to have to pay an attorney to do the eviction. I'm going to go 2, 3, 4 months without any rent payments while I'm waiting for the eviction to go through. And then what do you think the chances are that the house isn't severely damaged when you're ending the tenancy in that situation, right? Do you think the tenants are happy that you're evicting them? It could be 100% their fault, but they're still not happy that you're evicting them. So they're going to, a lot of them are going to go out of their way to destroy your property. There's situations where tenants dump concrete down the drains, right? Because to retaliate against eviction. So I think it's in every single person involved's best interest to avoid evictions whenever possible. I'm very hesitant to file them. I haven't evicted a tenant since 2019. I came close last year. She moved out the day before court. Okay, so there are times you have to do it. 100%. There are times that it has to be done. There's no other choice. But to me, whenever possible, I'm going to avoid it. Number one, I'm going to work with them, right? I'm not one of those people that if you don't get it to me by the 5th or the 1st or whatever your day is, I'm going to put the eviction notice on your door and start the process. I'm going to talk to you. What's going on? When are you going to have rent? Why can't you pay on time? Is this going to be happening in the future? And as long as they're communicating with me and they're not lying to me, saying I'm going to have it by next Tuesday, and the next Tuesday comes and they're ghosting me, I'm going to work with them whenever possible. Now, I'm going to be very hesitant to let it go past 1 month, right? Because at that point, it becomes very difficult for them to get caught up. And if we're going to reach that point, then that's when I'm going to start having honest conversations with them about this eviction will destroy your chances of having housing in the future, of having good housing in the future. Let's work this out. If you can be out by this date, clearly you're not going to be able to pay. So if you can be out by this date, we're not going to file eviction. And I'll still give you your deposit back if you leave the house in good condition. So that's my philosophy on it. I know a lot of landlords vary significantly on that. There's many of them out there that are gonna just post a notice on the first day. And I get, like, property management, they're managing 500, 1,000 units. They don't have time to sit there and do this with every single tenant. So I get it. I'm not criticizing the way anyone else handles it, but I'm just telling you, if you're looking to get into this business or you're getting started in this business, trying to grow this business, my philosophy is avoid evictions whenever possible, even if that means accepting late payments.